What is the best thing you did with your crush? Dated her until she got bored. My most recent crush was on a boy who lived over 1,000 miles away. We hung out quite a lot for being long-distance friends. We would play games together, do homework together, take each other on campus tours at our universities, meet each other's friends/family. We talked almost 24/7, it was nearly like being together in person. Honestly, it was better than any relationship I've had in person. But the best thing we did was sleep together over the phone. I used to think that stuff was really lame and weird, but it was such an amazing feeling. I remember watching shows together over Discord until we were really sleepy and then talking to sleep. It was really nice and intimate. We had some of the most meaningful conversations while trailing off to sleep. Waking up to him was also fucking amazing. I loved this boy. Compiled code. Married her. We were together for 24 years. Sadly, she passed away in February. I miss her so much. Dated for a while and fell in love. It was a grand time. Highly recommended. We're long-distance friends, so we mostly just game together. The best game we did together was It Takes Two. We also enjoy trail riding in Red Dead Redemption 2. Watch her from afar. Told her one love her 3 times at 3 different occasions, got rejected all 3 times. Got to know her well over a 2-year period, vibe hard as fuck, fell really hard, developed dependency due to how frequently we talked and texted, and then had my heart broken into pieces. Good times. Best man at her wedding. To her wife. I can really pick them, right? The Melissa Etheridge t-shirt should have been my first clue. When I was 10, I had a crush on a Girl Scout girl. I was in Boy Scout, in my class, who was next to my seat at one point and was always nice to me. I was slightly shorter than her and I think she thought I was cute. We were also both part of class committee. I visited her when she broke her arm as well. One day, think it was November 2007, we went to watch the musical Annie together at my mom's behest. We didn't talk much because we were feeling shy. While we were on my parents' car back home, I saw that she was sleeping next to me. She looked so beautiful to me sleeping, so I rested my head on her shoulder and pretended to be sleeping as well. It was awkward because my parents saw through it, but it felt so warm and comfortable. One of my best childhood memories. Anyways, she went to Canada that year and we gave each other presents before that. I thought we would meet each other again and marry one day. But I never heard from her again and I couldn't even find her social media account. I wonder what she's doing now. She'll probably be disappointed if we do meet again. Made eye contact. Married her, 4 kids, 8 grandkids, 4 great-grandkids many years later. I'm fucking tired, but my wife is awesome. Banged a bunch of times. Kinda sucked cause she ended up being a manipulative asshole though. Really shattered the illusion. Ah well. There's billions of other people out there. Make her my girlfriend. Married him. 7 years later we are still in love and have 3 beautiful children. I would walk her home. It felt so good to have someone to talk to instead of being on my own head. I thought she liked me back too. These all work for the type of crush I tend to have, so proceed with discretion. Put on lipstick and kissed the corner of their car's side mirror when he wasn't there to see. Not only was it a pleasant surprise, when they noticed, they said it always made him think of me. Go for a treasure hunt, aka a walk. The selling point is it can be anywhere, anytime, so it's an excuse to hang out without having anything to do. When they ask what you mean by treasure hunt, assure them that you'll have to just show them. Start collecting things like bottle caps, twigs, shards of glass, any found object, and then lay them out and make them into faces or animals, some kind of picture. It's fun to take pictures and add on social media. And they always remember it as a unique, quirky, creative bonding experience. Another good one is to point out the moon through the windshield and draw small cartoon eyes for it with your eyeliner as though the moon's a mouth, regardless of the phase. As the phases change, the moon's expression changes whenever you're driving towards it. You don't notice the eyes except when they line up with the moon, and it makes them think if that night. 3 of my greatest hits. Got to dance with her once in 8th grade. Never worked up the courage to ask her out, but I dodged a bullet either way because I found out she cheated quite a bit on her boyfriends after high school. Took his virginity before being told I wasn't even good enough to be a side character in his life. Fun times. Talk briefly cause our teacher decided to pair us up for pair work. She did the scripting, L did the art. It was fun. Asked her out. And got shot down, really hard, lol. But It taught me a real lesson. Take your shot. The worst that can happen is you're told no. You express your feelings, get to know how they feel, and can move and grow. Walked in the rain with my hand on her shoulder. We broke up 3 days ago. Before dating my best friend, went on a couple dinners as a friend. They broke up but we still look back on the days we hung out fondly. Play video games with her for 2 years until I told her I liked her and we stopped talking to each other because it got awkward. We're still friends after a while of not being in good terms. We don't talk often but when we do talk, she knows I have her back and she has mine. She's not my crush anymore but she was my first love and I'll always cherish that we've seen each other grow up and develop to decent human beings. Halloween 2016. At that point I've liked him for 4 to 5 years. We played hide and seek, childish-ish, with his sister. Stayed in the dark with him in his grandfather's workshop. Listening to him breathe and giggle once in a while. My face felt hot. After the game, he stood where the sun was behind him like he always does while we looked at each other for a bit. Felt like a date since he did ask me to be with him that Halloween. Last time I ever got to see him. I have never been that enamored in my life before and up to this moment but I'm glad it was him. I want it to stay that way. I've been having candy apples each Halloween because the last time he asked me for something was to bring some to him that day. Somewhere between being kissed on the cheek, told that of all the guys she knew, she'd prefer to marry me and her showing her pee while we were alone in the pool together. Met her on the other side of the country like 10 years later and had sex with her. This was like 2 weeks ago. Never in a million years did I think I would accomplish such a feat, having sex with a crush and all. She's broke it off last week though. Sigh. I can't tell you what the best thing I ever did with my crush, was. But I can tell you the worst thing I ever did with either of them. I didn't stand the fuck up and let them know exactly how I felt about them. My high school crush, we dated, and had sex, the summer we finished school. She knew I was into her, despite my teenage ass thinking I was being discreet, and made the first move. We both, subconsciously, knew it wasn't anything more than a summer fling. We were going to different cities for uni and, to be truthful, we both been through some shit and just needed something uncomplicated that provided human comfort. Fast forward 18 years later, my son has a best friend in elementary school. My wife meets the mother of the best friend while picking our son from school. They arrange a playdate for the Orklings. Guess what? My high school crush is the mother of son's best friend. Became good friends with my wife. It was good to see we both made something of our lives. Became her best friend. So we're best friends right now and 8th grade just started and she's in my math class D so obviously now math is my favorite class of the day. My bestie's ex who I just hang out with but the chemistry and sexual tension is strong. I'm trying to be good. There's something intimate about riding on the back of a guy's motorcycle and holding on to him. When he would break LD slide into him. Sigh let me rub one out. Disclaimer, she knows I hang out with him. He lives a few blocks away from me and we both smoke the marijuana. Every time class is finished, we had to go outside and wait for the ones assigned to clean the room to finish, so my crush Andy would make an excuse, like go to the bathroom or something, so we can go downstairs, but actually we'll just hang out in our own little space until the cleaners were done. Did it for the whole school year. It's pretty light compared to other replies on this thread but damn the memories were amazing. She's in a different school now, we'd talk in social media from time to time. All the times we had a one-on-one conversation, it got a little awkward but I got to know her well, but I kinda figured she wasn't into me so I gave up, crushed on her for 2 years but I knew it was never gonna happen. Talk to each other. Go out with her. Love her for 4 months and she dumped me because of my relation I had with my ex who was working on a film with me. Didn't even talk to my ex that much but it scared the shit out of her. My heart is still broken, it's been only a month. Dated for a year and then her mother broke us up because we were getting too serious for high school kids. A little more than 43 years later, we found each other, still have deep feelings for each other, and plan on getting married within the next year. I took her to a bar where we played billiards. She always stood so close to me and sometimes she asked me to help her cause she suck at the game. As I stood close to her she snuggled up to me while I was helping her and later that day she told me that she is that kind of friend who likes to kiss with her friends so we kissed a lot and she always gave me hugs before all this. Back in summer I went Over to her, we got drunk, she started to get closer and closer to me, then I started to get closer to her, then we made out the whole night. It was awesome. She is the hottest and prettiest girl I'll ever met, and we go to the same school, but I never told her my feelings. Kinda created a toxic codependent relationship that lasted half a decade and exhausted both of us emotionally. But the sex was fucking awesome. She came over to bang and we just ended up playing video games and watching South Park. I put the sliders up for her on 2K so she could actually hit a shot. It was really nice. It was one of those moments where you realized you really enjoyed the time you spent with the person and the attraction wasn't just physical. That was the day I figured out that I really liked her for her and not the sir. Mix a lot Miss New Booty. She couldn't fit into a pair of jeans. Okay, well, there was this one time she wore jeans, and she made a big deal out of it. But we had known each other for a week, so I just couldn't figure out why she was so happy to be wearing jeans. I wore jeans every day. Now I know.